For MSO Web Radio, I'm Rick Moore. My guest now is one of the Gloucester hockey captains, Conor Ressel. And Conor, it's been a while since we talked, since football season. That transition from football into hockey took you a while to do that. What was going on at that time? Because you had your football legs, and I'm presuming, did you have an injury at that time too?
Yeah, my hand.
That's right. I remember seeing that on the big screen at Foxborough.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, every time you get hockey legs, it takes a couple of weeks to, football legs take a couple of weeks to get into hockey shape. You know, the really only way you can do that is if you keep skating, keep trying to grind it out, and mine wore off about 2 weeks, so I was lucky to get it.
Well, now, were you skating, you could skate before the hand actually healed, but you couldn't play hockey? Is that what happened?
I missed a couple scrimmages, but I played in our first game. I was pretty rusty first couple of weeks, but luckily caught on. I had some help from my line mates to help get me going.
What's that like to be at the top in football, and you know, to be the best in football, and then you go on the hockey legs, and you know you're a good athlete, you know you've got the ability, you know you've got the athleticism and physical strength, but you're gassed at the beginning, and you see guys who don't quite have that same ability smoking by you. What's that feel like at first?
It's pretty frustrating. I mean, like you said, you look at the other player, and you're like, why can't I catch up to him? I'm out of breath. You know, I have to come off first one off my line, off a shift. But yeah, I'm pretty glad it's over with.
Well, you've had a good season. You guys have had some ups and downs. Give me a highlight for you as a captain on maybe a particular game or some point in the season when you guys really put it together, and that's what you'd like to carry over into the Masco game.
Definitely Newburyport. It's always a tough place to play. The defending D2 state champs. They're a physical bunch. We were down 4-1. Late in the second period, we got a goal. We were down 4-2 going to the third. Ended up scoring 3 goals and winning 5-4, so that was a big game for us.
Now, you guys finished on a good note. You know, you had a big win over Danvers. You had the tie in the last game against Arlington, and you beat you know, some teams down the stretch. Now, you got to play Masco. You haven't played Masco, but you did play Newburyport. What's Coach have you work on in this time off facing Masco, because you haven't played these guys?
We've just been working on some important situations, game-type situations. It's really big that we come out and be physical, because we tend to be physical right off the bat. We wear teams down, quick to the defenseman forechecking, and really we're just trying to go for the physical aspect.
Do you know personally any of the Masconomet players? Because I know you guys had a great rivalry in football, and I know that the end of that football game, I want to go back to that for a second, was one of the coolest things I've ever seen, because neither team, I don't know if you were on the field at the time, but neither team waited for the handshake line. You guys stood up in the line of scrimmage and shook hands. That was cool.
Yeah, I mean, as much as we've went head-to-head these past couple of years, I mean, I think as far as our football programs go, we respect each other a lot. Never back down to playing each other. It's always a good game. I have a respect for a lot of kids in their football team, and I don't know any of their hockey players, but I'm sure they're all like their football players.
Oh yeah, no question. Now, what about playing at Salem State? Advantage for either team, because you guys have played there quite a lot. I don't know if Masco has, but it's not that far a road trip for you guys.
Right, yeah, I wouldn't call it an advantage. We haven't played that well there this year, but I mean, we're used to the big ice service. We're familiar with the rink, and can't use that as an excuse, so we're going to have to go out there full steam.
Final question, what about these haircuts? I mean, yours is pretty normal, but man, I've seen some weird things. I mean, the Avatar, the airbender, or what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We had some weird kids on the team cutting hair, so I tried to keep mine a little normal. But
All right. Good luck in the tournament. We'll hope to talk to you later on. That's Conor Ressel, one of the captains, leading scorer for the Gloucester High School hockey team. For MSO Web Radio, I'm Rick Moore.